Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel. Today I'm gonna make a quick review video for this G-Shock watch over here. This is a really old model, at least 20 years old. I cannot be certain of the backstory because I looked it up on Yahoo Japan Auction or G-Shock Japan websites, and I googled it up in forums and all those websites out there, and so far I couldn't find a lot of information about this release. So I'm just gonna skip on the background story, but I'm still gonna cover it a little bit, but not specifically to this model, but in G-Code series in general. So for that, we're gonna need this G-Shock Perfect Bible over here. But before we get to that, I'm currently wearing this GBA-800 series G-Shock watch. This is the Bluetooth connectivity, this G-Squad G-Shock model, which is really new on the market, and I already made an unboxing and review video for this very watch as well. If you want to learn more, go check that video out. In this video, we're just gonna have a look at this really old piece. Like, compare this and this, look at how much time has changed G-Shock watch's design over the years, and you're gonna see more in this magazine over here. We're gonna go to the year 1996, which is the first time this G-Cool series was introduced into the market, which is down here somewhere at the end of the year. Now this is the first series, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 5 and 6, and a year after that we did get some more, such as this guy over here and this guy over here, and a bunch more G-Cool series G-Shock watch. This G-Cool series G-Shock watch, in my opinion, is, if I have to guess why this thing even exists, is that Casio probably just trying to fit in or create a watch that fit to the era in the 90s where everything is just really curvy, basically not as industrial as the watch that we got today. I mean, just look at this and compare to this. But if you look to all of this model, all those G-Shock watches that was released in that era, in the 90s, you can see they all have some sort of similarities. They all look really curvy. Even look at this MRG G-Shock watch over here. Compare this to the recent MRG, they look totally different. Look at this model as well. This model over here is the only watches that still, I believe, to be maintained in profile, just evolve in a way, but this is the classic square piece, so they're still maintaining their profile, but the rest, every one of them just evolve into something else. This guy over here, just dead stock. Also G-Shock stopped producing one of this, and probably they're still making this in a way, but they name it Baby G. I don't know, who knows, is that even right or wrong? By looking at all this G-Cool series G-Shock watch that was released before, you can see that the price is pretty high though. This is 19,000 yen. This is like 15,000 yen. I'm guessing this gonna goes around there, 15,000 yen price range, which is pretty expensive. But if you look at their resale price or the market price for this series today, man, it's pretty disappointing, man. It's like only 1,000 yen, 2,000 yen out there. You can grab even lower than that depending on the condition, obviously. But I grabbed this just out of curiosity due to how slim it looked and due to how unique the watch face is. I'm not sure if you guys even noticed yet. We have a fox or a cat or a dog or a tiger or a panther. I don't know, but we have it over here at the top of there. Look at that. It's currently running. I have no idea what that thing is, but it is very interesting to see in a watch. And we have day, date and time over there, obviously some indicator for the alarm and all those. If I press mode, this watch have a day counter mode over there, which I already talked about before as well on the GM-100 series G-Shock watch module demonstration video. Basically, it's gonna count how many days left to a specific date that you set into the watch. Next mode, we're gonna have a look at telephone number. Add in here, which is basic stuff. Most vintage G-Shock or G-Cool watches have these features. And next we're gonna have alarms. I believe this watch only have a single alarm, and that's it. And then we will go back to home time. Not even a stopwatch, not even a countdown timer was added in here. And that is probably why not a lot of people are a huge fan of this. Understandably, But then again, look at how slim this thing is. I made a disassembly video before about this very model, and I measured the size of this thing and shared it in my Instagram stories, and one of you guys replied to me and asked me to measure it again because it's too surprising. Let me show you guys what I mean. This watch measures at, wait, somewhere on there, 11.35 millimeters. That is slim. I'm not sure if you guys even know, I already made a G-Shock unboxing and review video before about a DW056 series G-Shock watch. And if you look into G-Shock Japan website itself, Chaos G-Shock even declared that that model is the slimmest G-Shock watch on the market, even up to date. I'm talking about this guy over here, G056. Sorry, that's G, not DW. I already unboxing this exact same model. There are other colorway, this one or this one over here, and there are other models that come with a solar panel in the watch face, but the thickness is still the same. They are really slim, really slim. Like, you really need to check them one out. And this guy over here just beats that, but I kind of cheated a little bit, you know, because I didn't measure to the highest point on the bezel. For example, if I measure it from this point all the way to this top part over there, this bulging up part, the protection for the bezel, this watch still thick. Let me show you guys what I mean. That is 12.25 or somewhere around there. So this watch is thicker, if not, or should I say, this is the second slimmest G-Shock in the market right now, which is a big deal. But then again, this watch only have 10 bar water resistance, which is pretty disappointing. Most G-Shock should come with a 20 bar water resistant, such as this guy over here. But if you look at the disassembly video, you understand why it end up like so, because there are almost no protection at all in the module. We only gonna depending on the exterior itself, which is pretty cool. Chaos did add some more protection by adding this metal frame at the front to support this lug, two of this on both sides, and we have a metal ring around this bezel as well, which is really beautiful, and not to mention still really strong. So I already talked about the functions, and let's have a look on the sides now. We have two buttons over here, both goes with the same design. They are very symmetrical in all way. And we have the adjust button up here, cannot do anything, and we have this lower right button over here. I don't know what this thing does, but basically it's gonna shows us that feline creature, or swap to day display instead. And just look at the animations that this watch came with. That is very cool. No G-Shock watch that feature this sort of animations at all today. Only Baby G have this, so I'm not sure what to say about that, but there's something over there. And the light, however, features in blue colorway, electroluminescence, and they are really bright. You will be able to see the whole display at night time. So you got your timekeeping cover, you have a day counter, you have alarm, and you have a telephone number storage in here. Basic stuff, but in the 90s it's really cool. I mean, compare this thing up to date. This is 20 years old G-Shock watch. So if you are a classic guy, if you want something that's really slim, go look it up on Yahoo Japan auction or on eBay. The price for this is again really low as well. I mean, this, it was a reprice. It's still a G-Shock. It's still really tough. This part is metal. I mean, depending on the condition that you get, probably worth it. In my case right now, for the watch band, not as good, but I'm pretty sure I could just remove this pin bar in there and swap the watch band to something else. But if you look at this original watch band that it came with, they are really interesting as well. They have this nylon part over here, almost satin-like, which is really rare to get. And we have mesh around here, sealed together all the way to the back, and covered with a leather, probably just polyester or synthetic leather, but 3 different material was added over here, and the bone inside there are believed to be full leather as well. So that's very cool. Everything is stitched all the way to tip over there. Nothing that's lazy in the construction of this watch. And I mean, the quality on this is amazing, man. The watch band definitely gonna last you a really long time. Not for this band keeper though. This is G-Cool and synthetic leather just glued down there. This part gonna destroy over time, but in my case it's still holding up very well. This is the buckle holding up very well as well with Casio sign below it, no country at all, but this part feels really solid and I appreciate it. Very interesting watch. Not a big fan, obviously. I want something like this today, a Frogman, a Modmaster, and all those high-end Master OG, but yeah, in the 90s this is something really awesome to have. If you look at the backlit, we have GC-101 stainless steel back, made in Malaysia as well. Water resistant to 10 bar, shock to the structure, and there it is, G-Shock, G-Code there, new G-Shock logo. So that's very cool design of G letters in there as well. Let me show you guys how this thing gonna feel like on my wrist right now. Alright, here it is guys. So I decided to go outside instead to show you guys how this thing gonna feel like under bright cloudy days. I thought it's gonna be really sunny, but then again started to rain all of a sudden. So yeah, it's getting cloudy and it's pretty dark, but it is way darker in my room, so that's why I go out alongside my pets over there. It's like always follow me around, and each time I go out it's just overly attached cat over there. Better back to this piece over here. You guys can see this watch over here is pretty slim, and I don't know about you guys, if you like something that is metal mixing with resin, this is it. This is the style that you should go for. I mean, it's really interesting. We rarely get this sort of build in recent G-Shock watches, you know. I'm wearing it second holes from the top, and I mean the fitting is really great, surprisingly. I'm pretty sure due to how short the watch band is. And one other thing that I realized, I'm not sure I should be a fan of or what, but that's the dome glass on here really makes it hard for me to look at the time. I'm pretty sure you guys finding a hard time to see it as well. Look at that. Look at that. I need to actually view it directly and then you're able to tell the time. But if I tilt the watch, then it's gone. You're like, I don't know, probably the dome glass or shape on here aren't as good as the one that we got today. For example, the one on the GA-1000 series watches, that's much better than this. But in this case, yeah, this is all that we got. I cannot see myself wearing this outside. I'm totally not a huge fan of this, but I can definitely see this if you are. Sorry, there's dog barking in the background. Apparently the dog just didn't stop barking. It was too loud. It's too loud. I decided to go back, even though it's gonna be a little darker in the shot, but yeah, at least it is quieter in my room. And I think I should end this video right now. It's been a long one already, and this is it. This is how the watch looks like on my wrist. And leave a like if you found this video useful, informative, and entertaining as well. Thank you very much for watching, and this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel, and